Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Friday. I'm loving the energy and the positivity towards one another that I'm witnessing in this group. And I just want to let you know, first off, that these groups that I run, I've been doing this since February of 2012. And I really love watching relationships form and really seeing the camaraderie and the accountability that is provided by not just myself, but all the participants in the group. With that being said, one of the house rules that I have was no negative self-talk, no whining, no excuses, and I love seeing how each of you are really lifting each other up. But I've also seen that in the process, are also degrading yourself and downgrading your abilities, your physical looks. And I want to just remind you that the way you talk to yourself is so much more crucial than what even other people think, because there's this voice that goes on inside of all of our heads that tells us that we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not fit enough, and we use that other people as a guide of what we feel we need to be, look like, act like. And I just want to remind you that this group is really designed, and all the groups that I run are designed to provide accountability and support. And it's just a way for me to help you guys think of yourself more positively, not just change your habits physically and the things that in your behaviors, but also your mindset. The journey that I've been on for 4.5 years is so much more mental and emotional than physical. Sure, I have great results. I have, lost weight. I have gained muscle. I have, definitely have a healthy metabolism, a really good energy levels, and, overall health. But for me, what being part of these groups and having a coach has done for me is really help me become a stronger person mentally, helps me change the way I view myself. And so many of you that are in this group don't know me well, and you don't know my whole story. And I hope that you get a chance to really see who I am. Who I am now is not who I was 5 years ago, but it's so easy for people to look at somebody like me and say, wow, she has the confidence to post pictures, to post videos, to go live, to educate people. And you automatically can assume that I've always been that way. But I actually wasn't. I was very, not even shy, but just very timid, because I had low self-esteem. I had a very, very poor image of myself. No matter what, I was critical of myself, and that was because of the way I was raised. And I know that a lot of this stems from childhood. I hear so many adults who really talk about how they're not good enough. They feel that they'll never be good enough. They feel like they always have to be perfect. And you don't. You just have to be yourself and strive to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. And my goal is to help empower women to have a better view of themselves, because I see it. I see people saying, oh, you're great, don't be so hard on yourself. I, on the other hand, am this and this and this. And so I really want you to think before you think these thoughts or type them or say them out loud. Like, if you wouldn't actually say those words to somebody else in this group, to your daughter, to your sister, to your best friend, then don't say it to yourself, because the way you see yourself is exactly how you're going to act. If you feel you're ugly, if you feel you're fat, if you feel you're stupid, if you feel that you're not good enough, it literally is going to definitely influence every aspect of your life. You're going to be that person that stands in the sidelines, in the shadows, that never speaks up. You're going to be that person who doesn't go to social events. You're going to be that person that never shares that, hey, I don't really like that, and just goes along with the flow. I know this, and I'm saying this because I was that person. And so although this group that you're in this month is geared towards helping you change your eating habits and helping you get into a routine and helping you get a firmer, tighter ass, I really want the chance and the ability to help change and transform your way of thinking. It's not going to happen in the 21 days that we spend together in this group, but I'm hoping that when your negative voice starts in telling you you're stupid, you're fat, you're jiggly, you have too much cellulite, you'll never be skinny, you'll never be this, that I hope that at the same time you hear my voice in your head saying, no, you may not be where you're at now, but you can get there. If I can do it, anyone can. So I want you to just remember, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think that it's impossible or possible, you're right. The way you talk to yourself, the way you think, dictates the way you act, the choices you make. So I want you right now to promise me that not only are you going to encourage everyone else in the group, but that you're also going to encourage yourself, and that you're going to learn how to love yourself a little bit more. And I want you to know that you're worth so much more than maybe somebody's made you feel, or maybe it's because of childhood. I don't know what it is, but so many of us carry that around. And I still have those negative voices in my head. That's why I go to therapy. That's why I listen to personal development books, and you'll see me posting a lot of, positive affirmations and motivational videos from YouTube, or because those things are what really transform your mind. It is all mindset. I have learned that success isn't about who is the most skilled, who is the most talented, who is the most pretty, who is the most fit. It's about your mindset. If you believe that you can, and I believe that you can do anything that you want, and I believe more than anything that perfection is impossible, and perfection will just set you up for failure. I want you to just realize that everybody in this group and anybody that you encounter are at different places in their life. Let me tell you, everyone that I talk to, and I get about 40 to 60 messages a day, and usually about 15 to 20 of them are new people. I talk to people that I build really strong relationships with. I see a trend here, and it's that people don't believe in themselves, and people have things that stem from childhood, from their siblings, from their grandparents, from a teacher, from an old boss, from a bad relationship. And I want to, remind you that those things don't matter, but moving forward, we can do amazing things. And that I want you to remember that together we can accomplish so much. I just can't get over how many people just don't feel that they're good enough and are always trying to get to perfection. And I don't even know what perfection looks like. And I've asked people this often, like, well, if you're trying to be perfect, what does that look like? And nobody knows. Everybody's afraid of being judged. Everybody's afraid of, so many of failure. And really, I don't think that you will fail as long as you just every day put one foot in front of the other. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have days that go backwards. If you know my story, then you know that last year was horrible. I gained 20 pounds. I checked myself into a mental institution. My husband and I were separated. I was suicidal, and that's something that I have dealt with my whole entire life. I felt that I went right back to my old way of thinking, but I had stopped doing the things that were empowering me the years prior. And so I want you to understand how important it is not to withdraw, but to really go all in and get involved in a support group. This is a very private place. It's a very non-judgmental place, and really have that support there instead of pushing it away. There's so many people out there who are alone, who are struggling, and they just try to fix these problems on their own, and they just keep spinning their wheels and they keep getting stuck. The biggest part is having support, having somebody there telling you that you're worth it, that it's okay, it's going to be better, and having somebody there who is there through the good times and the bad times. And what you don't realize is that because of the people that I talk to all the time, that many of you may even know and think that are perfect and think, man, they have it all together, or man, I wish I could had a marriage like them, or a body like them, or this or that. You don't know what they're going through, because trust me, the private conversations I have with people definitely don't reflect what the outside reflects. So what you are comparing yourself to are the highlight reels of other people's lives. And you don't know what they're struggling with, because I'm going to tell you, there's been some people that I've reached out to who were on the verge of suicide that day. And I reached out to them because I cared. But I didn't have any idea what they were struggling with. There are things that people have told me about what that's happened to them in young adulthood or their childhood that I would have never looked at them and thought. So when you see somebody who's excelling faster than you, or maybe you judge them and think that they're not moving as fast as they should, you never know where they're at in their life. You never know what they're struggling with. And all you need to do is worry about yourself and surround yourself with people who want to be better. not perfect people, but people who want to be better. I've spent most of my life surrounding myself with people that I wanted to help fix. I wanted to help them be better because I thought that that would change my self-worth. I thought that that would make a difference, and I thought that I could change them. And really, bad habits and negative thinking rub off. It is so contagious. But you know what? So is positivity. So now I work with people who maybe aren't at the same pace that I'm going at. They may not be on the same chapter that I'm at, but they're wanting to move forward, and I'm working with them. And you guys are all those people. You want to move forward. If you didn't, you wouldn't be in this group. It doesn't mean you're not going to have your off days. It doesn't mean that you're going to have those days where you think you're a piece of shit, or you're ugly, or you're stupid. We all have those days. But you're here because you want to be better, and I am here because I want to be better, and you make me want to be better. So I hope that throughout this time that we have together, that we keep working to move forward, to think positively, and to speak to ourselves out loud and internally the way we would speak of others. And if you are a mom, and this is the last thing I have to say, if you are a mom, this is so important. The way you talk to yourself, the way you view your body, the way you act and behave, your children are watching you. And that is going to change their way of thinking, and it's going to transcend onto them. So if you're always telling yourself that you're fat, if you're missing out on things because you feel that you're fat, if you're missing out on things because you feel you're not good enough, if you feel insecure, those are the things that your children are picking up. And it's okay. I was one of those moms. I just want to let you know that there's hope, and that I can help you, and that I want you to see the bigger picture, not just today, not just about yourself, but about your family and your future. If you're feeling lousy about yourself, you don't want your children to grow up to be me, 30 years old, through 35, trying to find themselves, trying to get past their childhood, trying to change their way of thinking. You want to build them up now so that they don't have to spend their adult life recovering from their childhood like I did. So I want you to really make a point to catch yourself when you're talking to yourself negatively, and really make sure that you're focusing on the progress, because I've seen a lot of you doing some things that I'm pretty sure you didn't think you could ever do, but you took a chance, you jumped out of your comfort zone, you joined this group, you have no clue how half these people, or over half these people are, but you're here. Those are the things to celebrate. If you did your 80 squats today, fucking fantastic. That is really what it's all about. I don't care if somebody can do 200, I don't care if somebody can do 500. If you did your 80, or even if you did your 40 and you gave your 100%, that's all that matters. So I leave you with that, and I hope that this message rings through your head, not just today, but for the rest of your life, so that you can look at yourself and be proud of yourself, and hopefully pay it forward and help others who are struggling with a negative self-image. Have a great day, everybody.